Welcome everyone to HueFin, also known as HueFin News. Today is June the 9th, 2021, and take a listen, right? This one stock that you see on my price chart, Rocket Companies, the ticker symbol is RKT, used to be pushed hard on YouTube, and you've seen a lot of people trying to pump up this particular stock, and ever since the market has completely came back down, you don't hear these guys talking about the stock no more. For us, we can always play the market in either direction because we call the market whether it's going to go higher or lower. And we're going to show you all that today for Rocket Company. There's also this article here that we came across that we're going to spend a couple of seconds on. Not going to spend too much time on it because if anything, if you've been an avid follower of our channel, we don't pay attention to articles. We don't pay attention to people's opinions. We don't pay attention to the company's earnings reports. We don't pay attention for none of that. You know why? Because nobody else really pay attention to that when it comes to the market price. People are persuaded by the price. They're not persuaded to act on what some people think. They're not persuaded to act on a company's earnings reports, on their revenues, on their losses, nothing. They only react on price. And once you realize that, you actually alleviate a lot of that confusion that many people endure when they come into the market and eventually quit, right? Just look at the price and anticipate where the price is going to go so that you can win in the market. If you want to do that, I mean, you're at a great place. You found us. You can say thank you to the YouTube algorithm for bringing you to this particular channel or suggesting this content to you, because this is what we're all about. And if you want to learn more, we're here. Hit that like button, share, subscribe here to the channel, join our community, because you'll see that you're actually able to predict prices without being confused. So let's talk about this article real quick. It was written by Will Ashworth. He works for the Investor Place. He's a contributor for that website. Below $18 IPO price, Rocket Companies is an excellent contrarian bet. Okay. Posted to the internet May 27th, so it's been a while. So obviously, when he wrote this article, the price of Rocket was below $18. That is what Rocket listed for when it IPO'd in the stock market, 18. Okay. Mortgage originator Rocket Companies is currently in the middle of what can only be described as a major trading slump. Since May the 5th, Rocket stock is down nearly 25%. That's why you haven't seen these YouTubers push this stock anymore, because they was telling you that this stock was a buy, right? And they was looking for this to be a long-term play. And then since then, following May, the market in Rocket came all the way down to its pre-IPO price. As he wrote this article, 10 months later, it was trading slightly above $17. You all can see up here, it is now around $21, $22. Okay. If you're a risk taker, here's why now may be the absolute best time to buy Rocket stock, right? Because it was cheaper. It was cheaper than what it originally IPO for at this time when the article was written. Now, apparently he has another colleague who has written some negative aspects as to why Rocket price has been on a decrease. And in that article, he mentions rising inflation, higher interest rates, lower housing starts, material shortages, and the migration of Americans to the suburbs. These headwinds were his colleagues' reasons as to why Rocket stock has decreased in value. Okay. He also writes in an article that the markets are a barometer of what will happen 6 months or a year from now, not what's happening currently, which is true. What you see on the chart is everyone's anticipation as to where the market is going to go, right? So right now, the individuals who play in this market for Rocket have been expecting the price to increase. It's just that simple. As Larry, which was his colleague who wrote the opposite side of the price of Rocket and why it's been on a decrease, he pointed out that Barron Funds got out of its position in Rocket because it couldn't justify holding the growth stock in a higher interest rate environment. Okay. Just another reason why they're trying to push against Rocket going higher. That's it. But this article tries to say, well, what if they're wrong? What if all of those reasons as to why Rocket is not a buy. What if they're wrong about that? What if inflation does die down? What if shortages do fall away and housing starts rise and interest rates remain historically low? What would that mean for Rocket stock? Apparently he thinks that that will increase the price. Okay, like I said, I'm not going to go through this whole article. I don't spend too much time on articles because it causes nothing but confusion. It tries to give you their opinion. You know, articles are very opinionated and it is swayed in one direction, but you cannot be swayed in the market on a price chart. But if you want to, I will have this link in the description of this video. You guys can read it if you want, just to try to get some nuggets out of this article. But for us, this is our focus point. So now let's take you right back to where the market really, or the price action is really happening. We did our last price prediction in Rocket on March the 5th. It's been a very long time. Like I told you, many people was pushing Rocket stock and now they're not. So back there on March the 5th, we played a weakness in Rocket. We told you all to expect the price in Rocket to go lower. And the market came all the way down to $16, $17, right? That's about 34-35% loss in value from when we did our video. If you were to get out now, that would be, excuse me, fix that. That would be 12.75%. Pretty good call, right? The market since our video has been going down in Rocket. So let's take that away. And first things first, let's extend out this line because I want you all to see here that Rocket is coming right back into the trading channel. Again, this is the midpoint of that support area. Okay, price trading here. Maybe take this down just a tad. Okay, that is support. Let me get rid of this because we're not going to confuse you all. We're not about that. So now this is the very tight range that Rocket has been trading in since it IPO'd into the market. Okay, we're now right back midpoint into this space. So if anything, I'm not expecting a lot of price action. I'm not expecting the market to give us a massive move to the upside like it did back here in March. I'm not expecting the market to break down because we finally came back up above the support area of 1950. So that leaves us one other option, is for this market to trade sideways, right? And that's pretty much what I'm expecting. Not a lot to go on in this space. 3-day time frame, I like what occurred on the last completed 3-day price bar. 5-day still looks pretty good here as well. In Rocket, we can play a little bit of strength. I'm not going to be overly bullish though. Right up there around $23, maybe $24, to see Rocket go up and try to tag and hit. Okay. I like the 3-week time frame. Looks pretty good there too. Yeah, the 5-week time frame definitely looks very good in terms of seeing the market and Rocket trying to go higher. So let's do this real quick. All right, so this is it. We're going to play the strength into the market in Rocket real quick. Going to anticipate the market to go higher in price. Let me bring this down to there. Okay. So this is how we're going to play this market. In between our two lines, we're going to look for Rocket to continue to try to go higher in price. But you can see from our price prediction, we're not overly bullish. All right, so let me zoom in. We're going to play the strength in the market in Rocket, just only within our trading range, right? And as we see this market trade within its range, we should see a buildup of price momentum for either another movement to the upside above 24 or another breakdown below our support area, which I'm not really expecting right now. So if anything, these are two things I'm expecting: the market to trade sideways in between our two lines with the prospect of higher price movement. You guys can see it right there. So I want to know your thoughts. Where do you think the pricing rocket is going to go? Call the markets right alongside with us on this video. You can do that with a comment and tell everyone what is your prediction for rocket. Let us know. Make sure you maintain the profitability, and as always, trade different.